Bucs-Lions, 3 o'clock on Sunday. Detroit, a 6.5-point favorite at home. Already a little bit of trash talk going back and forth between Baker Mayfield and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the Lions secondary there. Did you see that, Ziggy? Did you see the quotes that were coming out of Detroit?
What were folks saying?
It was great. When asked about preparing for the Rams, Gardner-Johnson said, "This group probably is one of the better groups we've faced all year, besides that Tampa group. If you give that Tampa group a good quarterback, that's a great group. Evans, Godwin, Gage, that's a great group. I played against them for real." So already throwing shade at Baker, who actually I thought won the exchange when he came back and said, "I don't think he's really watched film because he mentioned Russell Gage. We love Russell, but Russell hasn't played a snap for us all year." Gage has been out. He tore his patellar tendon in training camp practices. So, exposing C.J. Gardner-Johnson a little bit there. But it should be fun. These two teams also met earlier in the season when Detroit went into Tampa Bay and just bullied them. I mean, that game wasn't even close. It was 20-6. Goff was great. They didn't even have much of their rushing attack because Gibbs was still out and Montgomery got hurt in that one. And it was just a great performance from the Detroit Lions all around. That was one of those games where you looked at Detroit and started to realize they were separating themselves from other teams in the NFC. Are you expecting a similar bully ball style big Detroit win?
I think Detroit's going to go for the bully ball. Absolutely. But I don't think that matches up very well against what this Buccaneers team wants to do. Right? The Lions, we know what their identity is. They play tough. Jared Goff hands the ball off, sets up play action. You've got a big offensive line, a big defensive line. You're just trying to impose your will. But here's the thing about this Bucs team. Baker Mayfield has improved dramatically at avoiding taking sacks. And when he's healthy and ready to play, the Buccaneers love throwing the deep ball, right? They throw the ball deeper than almost any other team in the league. They've got guys who can produce after the catch, like you say. And the Lions defense, what has their big vulnerability been this year? People throwing deep against them. They're 30th in average depth of target against. They're really bad at defending deep plays to the left and right side of the field, plays in the deep middle. So this Lions defense has really struggled to consistently get pressure outside of Aiden Hutchinson, which has contributed to a lot of these problems. So if the Lions are trying to play bully ball, run the ball a bunch, and the Buccaneers are just throwing 60-yard bombs downfield, it's going to be tough for them to keep up.
I think this has been a tremendous show for Ziggy today. I'm learning a lot. We study over these games here, but on the show live right now, I am just learning a lot of stuff about these teams, which has just been great.
That's what's been so fun to watch of Baker Mayfield, right? As last year, Mike Evans was getting misused. All they had him doing was running go routes.
Yep.
People forget because of his size and speed, he's one of the best route runners in the league. The Buccaneers have used him on all sorts of different routes. Chris Godwin, obviously an excellent player. Rashad White, the second best receiving back in the league.
Yeah,
he's only behind Christian McCaffrey. There's a lot of explosive action out of this Buccaneers offense. And if the Lions overlook that, or if they have the same problems with their secondary they've had all season, if players like if Brian Branch isn't able to step up and generate big plays, it could be a long day for the Lions.
Think about the Tampa Bay side of things too. How much of a sigh of relief was it from the Tampa Bucs Nation when they were watching that Eagles game after scoring 11 points in 2 straight games? The offense non-existent to close the season. They come out last week, hang 32 on Philly. Philadelphia secondary has had a lot of struggles this year as well. You're going into Detroit right now thinking, okay, the offense is back. Baker looked great. People were wide open. That's the most encouraging sign to me from a Bucs standpoint is the offense finally woke up and just at the right time too. So now you're going into Detroit against that high-powered offense. The Bucs struggle 29th in the league against the pass, but they've been better recently. Haven't allowed a 300-yard passer in 5 weeks. Things are coming together at the right time for this Tampa Bay team. And I think a lot of Detroit fans, and we said it even on our show a week ago, we were just saying the Lions should roll them. But when you step back and look, this is not the same Tampa team from earlier in the season. They've won 6 of their last 7. They're just playing good football as well. I still have Detroit winning this game, but I have Detroit winning by close with 3 or 4. I don't know if they're going to cover this spread.
The question, I think, and how this game goes is going to be about two things. First, as you say, it's about whether Detroit can establish the run. But if they can't, assuming that the Buccaneers are able to defend it, because let's be honest, establishing the run against Vita Vea, extremely difficult. He's the only player in the entire NFL this year to stop the tush push. You saw him do it against the Eagles multiple times. You cannot run at this, man. It's not possible. If that happens, it's going to come down to the Lions players' ability to generate yards after the catch. Sam Laporta's not 100%, but he looks pretty good. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield, a lot of players who can do some effective running on short passes. That's what the Lions will need to take pressure off Jared Goff and get things going.
There's a world here, too. I don't expect Tampa to blow out anyone or to blow out Detroit, but there's a world where Detroit can crush Tampa Bay again. I think you're either going to see a great game or a blowout Lions win. But with the way Tampa's playing right now, it'd be foolish to just ignore them. Did you see the tickets, by the way? The ticket prices?
Dude, Lions fans are so excited.
It's the average ticket price on the secondary market is $1,186. That's like this show's entire income ever. That's unbelievable for a playoff ticket. It's the second most expensive ticket for a divisional matchup was 49ers in Dallas last year at $605 on the secondary market. So you can see these Lions fans, that place, Ford Field, is going to be rocking again. It's unbelievable. It's like a Taylor Swift concert right now, these tickets. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Lions fans have established Ford Field as one of the most difficult places to play. That is why I am taking the Lions to win this game too. I think they're going to win actually by a lot. I think that their short and intermediate passing game is going to get it done against the Buccaneers secondary that's been pretty suspect all year. Again, they only have one strength. They can block the run in the middle of the field. This could get ugly very fast.
So I think it probably will. Detroit in the points?
I'm taking Detroit by the points and then some. I might be thinking alt spread. As much as I love Baker Mayfield, the fact is he's the only thing. Like Baker Mayfield in the deep passing game is the only thing going for the Bucs. The Lions are going to be able to handle that.
Yeah, as I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think it'll be a blowout, but the 7-10 Detroit win is probably a better bet than a 3-point Lions win. Yeah, I'm confident Detroit will win this game, but wow, sheesh, man.
Yeah,
ticket prices.
Here's the thing that's just true is you look at the divisional round and it looks like there is only one game that's going to be good. The markets are predicting 3 blowouts. Here's something you can be extremely confident in. That will not happen.
Oh, definitely.
One team is going to either have an upset or at least a very, very close game. And this is, as we said, we just laid it out. This is one of the games you can keep your eye on where something like that might happen.
You think there's a better atmosphere in the playoffs right now than Ford Field? Buffalo, maybe?
Yeah, Buffalo, I think, has to be number one. I'm excited to see what people are able to do in Baltimore this weekend. That's historically been a very difficult place to play.
They're all great home fields. So the 49ers fans, the way they've traveled this year is unbelievable. Like, they're going to be going crazy as well.
Yeah, that's the 49ers and Packers. That's a strength versus strength fan traveling matchup.
Yeah. I mean, they always travel well, the 49ers, but this year, like we've seen it in person a few times. Zach has, I know. It's crazy, right? They're just selling out hotels.
I was expecting to go to a Steelers game full of Steelers fans. I went to a Steelers game full of 49ers fans.